We are live tonight. Thank you for catching us on the recap. That's what you're going to do. If you are, make sure you like, subscribe, and share our channel with the whole entire world. And thank you for being here. Make sure you give a thumbs up. We're not going to get too excited about things. We're going to let people get in here as we progress. So just sit back, hang back. If you got questions, drop them, ask them. If you got comments, ooh, look at that. My sweatshirt's brand new. How about that? I thought this was, you like it? I don't know if I like the color. Not for sure if I like the color of this sweatshirt, but it's comfortable. And I think that's supposed to be half the battle, right? I'm supposed to wear something that's comfortable. So that's what I'm doing, because it's cold. Gotta remember it's winter time here where I'm at. It's like negative 22,000 degrees outside, or 63 degrees Fahrenheit, whichever you want to go with is okay with me. We're hanging out today doing some work. We are indeed. We got a big day tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow, Sunday, we got a big day. We got a lot going on. Thank you both for being here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Let me know who's all here, who's hanging out with us tonight. We got a lot. Let me do something here. Jimmy's in the house. Good to see you, Jimmy. Dennis is in the house. It's a secret, enchanted French mafia. Everything's a secret, right? That's how I see it. Man. Secret so cold? I don't think it's a secret so cold. How are you doing, Jimmy? Dennis? I'm trying to get squared away. Kelly's in the house. Good to see you, Kelly. How are you? Here we go. Dennis, 76. That's right. Not 6'7", it's 7'6". Y'all cold over there in the 40s? Yeah, it's 63 degrees here. So it's winter time. We're freezing to death. At least I am. I hate the cold weather, man. I hate the cold. We went to Sam's today. Not bad, man, for penguins. We went to Sam's Club today, and man, I had to leave Sam's because it was so cold in Sam's. It's like, I guess if you keep food refrigerated, you don't see a reason to turn the heater on in stores anymore. So I was in there freezing to death. Told Lorelai got mad at me because she's like, geez, I just want to look around. And I'm like, well, come back on your own. You dragged me here. It's 12 degrees inside Sam's Club. I don't want to be here. I don't like the cold weather. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? Go to David's warmer. Yes, I need to go anywhere that it's warmer. I really am one of these. And one thing I'll say is, I know it's probably because of the heart problem I have. But when I was 30, I enjoyed the cold weather. I enjoyed it tremendously. I didn't mind running around in shorts and sandals all winter. But my God, it drops below 65 degrees, and I think all hell's coming to an end. So, I'm like, oh no. I tell people there's, well, it is too thin. It's, bad blood. I have bad blood. Lorelai was telling me today, she's like, oh, it's because you lost some weight, you're so cold. And I said, no, you don't understand. Fat people get cold too. Everybody give us a thumbs up, by the way, if you would, please. I had to tell her, say, no, just because you lose weight doesn't mean you get cold. Usually the fat protects the organs. When you're fat, you have more skin exposed to the cold air, so your skin gets cold. It just protects your organs. So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It's bad circulation, old age, heart failure, all of that stuff. And there's a couple things I miss about the Philippines. The food's one, and two is it doesn't get cold in the Philippines. I don't care what day of the week it is, what time of the day it is. You can sit outside and sweat and feel good about yourself. So that's all I know, man. But Lorelai's working overtime tomorrow. I'm excited about that. So get her out of my hair. I mean, give her a chance to make extra money tomorrow, Saturday. But daytime temp wasn't too bad. It's just a little windy. It was, you know, thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Don't forget to do that. Give us some more of those. We need more. Never heard that, but I'll use it. Calls me too fat. Yeah, well, that's what the wife says, you know. Well, and the logic is, and I'm serious, if, fat people have more exposed skin, right? So you would think you would get colder easier. Now, your internal organs might stay warmer because it would take more energy to get through the fat, right? I don't know, man. But I'm like, no, it's not because if I was fatter, wouldn't my heart have to pump even harder to get all the blood out to all the far reaches of the body? Not that I'm not fat, because I am. I just, I didn't want to tell her this, but I think Dennis and everybody else listening, I think the bottom line just comes down to the fact, in my old age, I've become a big pussy, is what it is. So, the author says, how was it living with the dinosaurs back then? Well, I am not for sure how it was, but I got a suspicion it was probably a lot of fun. I would think it was entertaining. I mean, think about it. If you had the chance to live around dinosaurs, wouldn't that just be unbelievable? I mean, all the different creatures that you would see and get to experience, and the fact that you wouldn't have any light pollution from the cities. You could have fresh drinking water. I mean, I think it would be really pretty cool, man. I really do. Liam's in the house. Lots of lechon, but boy, in America, that's right. I made what did I make? I made something lechon the other day. I don't remember what it was. So, yeah, I miss the food in the Philippines. I miss the hot weather. The people are okay, so those are about the three things I miss the most. And that's about it. But we're going Christmas light looking at him, whatever you want to call that endeavor, Sunday. We're going to leave out of here about 4-ish, clockish. Yep, 4 o'clockish. And we're going to drive 2 hours away. We already bought our tickets, but we're going to go on these golf cart rides through caves, waterfalls that have all been decorated for Christmas. It's called the Top of the Rock. So we go there Sunday evening, and then take a bunch of video stuff, and then we're going to try to hit Branson, Missouri, the landing, and do a live stream and maybe eat some food. That's our big plan for the weekend. Top of the Rock is in Branson, Missouri. It's actually up in Branson. It's owned by Jimmy Morris, who owns, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, Silver Dollar City, all of the. I don't think Jimmy owns Silver Dollar City, but he owns Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, and places like that, and a bunch of other hotels and some other parks and resorts around the nation, smaller ones. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of country music there. It's kind of a weird town, to be honest. If Branson was, well, and that's kind of like why we like Foley, Alabama, I guess. Branson and Foley, Alabama is a lot alike, Foley, Alabama. But If it wasn't so cold in Missouri, Branson would be a cool place to live year round. There's a lot of lake and a river, a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants. Now, I do think they suffer from an identity crisis, meaning has been designed for old people, and I think they need to attract a younger crowd, and I think they're working on that, but I don't think they're working fast enough on it. So you'll see a lot of rundown old hotels that are abandoned and buildings and things. So it's not the Branson of the 80s by any stretch, but it's still a nice town to run around in. I mean, it's easy to get around in. It's spread out a lot further than a lot of people realize, besides just the strip. But we go up there because it's only 2 hours, less than 2 hours away. It's easy to, we've ran to Branson for lunch. We've ran to Little Rock and spent the day too. So we don't mind driving a couple of hours to go see things. But I do think Branson would be smarter if they brought in younger country music, if they're going to stick with country music. So I don't know, maybe if they brought in, I don't know, what's that guy? I don't know, some of the young country people. Yes, we like Foley. We're hoping to move there. I hope to move there. I don't know about my wife, but I hope to move there. Hey, Tim, how are you? Good to see you. Everybody say hello to Tim. Tim, say hello to everybody. Here's what I like about Foley, Alabama, and I'd really like to live there. The cost of living is the same as Arkansas, so it's fairly reasonable. 2, you're 30 minutes or less from the beach. There's fishing in all kinds of different ways, shapes, and forms everywhere. 2, they do have a, what do we call those outlet malls? What's Tangier Outlet Mall? They have one of the biggest ones in the nation in Foley, Alabama. They do have a lot of restaurants. You can also go to Fairhope, Dolphin, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, Florida. It's literally a 30-minute drive across the bridge. It's a great location. I don't want anybody else to go live there but me, so property prices stay down cheap. So we really enjoy Foley. I like the temperature, the weather. You do get a little bit of fall there. Sometimes you get a little bit of cold weather. But you're only talking about a couple of weeks. Tim, how are you doing in the Philippines? Are you feeling any better today? So we really like Foley because I can't afford to live in Florida. Tangier Outlets. Yes, we have one up in Branson, but the best one we've ever seen has been in Foley, Alabama, believe it or not. Really nice. They also have a bunch of kind of like indoor sporting things in Foley area, like pitching ranges, stuff like that. I guess I'm doing all right. Well, good. I hope you're feeling better. I'm wearing a green sweatshirt today. I don't know if that means anything or not, but I'm wearing a green sweatshirt, Tim. Branson has what they call the Landing, which is on the river. A lot of shopping. It's like a Tangier's, but fancier, kind of like a river walk at San Antonio. Is it San Antonio that has the river walk? Just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Boy, I understand that. This is November the 14th, and I am already sick of winter. I want winter to be over tomorrow. I am done with winter. We've only been in winter for 10 days, and I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I've seen it. I've been there. I've done that. Well, yeah, Lorelai, my wife, man, she loves Tangier Outlets. She loves Sam's Club today. She loves going to Sam's. But you're right. To save money, you have to spend money. And I'm one of these weirdos that it's kind of like today. I don't know why that's in my ear. Today we were at Sam's and she thought I don't need it. She thought there's like a really good deal. It's like $40 off regular. Really good deal on a nice new electric shaving razor. I don't want that. She's like, oh, but don't you want to buy it? And I'm like, no, one, I don't need it. And two, no, I don't want it. Yeah, but look, it's almost $40 off. And I'm like, yeah, but just because it's on sale doesn't mean I need to buy it. So my wife's a really good shopper, but she definitely likes to spend so she can save. San Antonio has the Riverwalk. All right, I've been there. I just couldn't remember if it was Austin or San Antonio. No, San Marcos is the Bats. I've been there, done the Bat thing. I went there for some conferences. Good deal, must be here. It is an Asian thing. Lucy's in the house. Hey, Lucy, everybody's a load of Lucy. Good to see you, Lucy. Lucy was live earlier today. If you guys didn't catch her, make sure you guys all say hi to Lucy. So, yeah, Tanger's nice. I mean, I'm just not that much into buying crap I don't want to buy anymore, you know? I'm one of those. I like to say I'm a mentalist, but is it a mentalist or a minimalist? I'm one of those people that don't think I need a whole lot, but I got a house full of shit. So there you go. No, it's Lorelai's really good at finding really good deals, but that means you got to spend money to get that really good deal, right? I would just prefer not to buy anything because I'm a cheapskate. So that's me. I'm trying to save for her future. My wife doesn't understand the sacrifices I'm making for her. I'm not buying any more fishing poles at all, just so she can have the things that she wants. Here we go, chocolate. Yep. Hey, here we go, chocolate. Yeah, we got that in 2010. It was a fantastic deal. I know, right? Yeah, I just threw away some crackers that we bought at Sam's because Lorelai thought we would eat 2 big old boxes of these crackers. Well, they expired, so they went in the trash. I would eat them, but my wife gets mad if I eat expired food. I don't know what that is. I'm like, look, just because there's an expiration date on food doesn't really mean that it's bad. You know, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years, but, 5 or 6 months, come on, it can't be that bad. I haven't expired that long. I know, we got a closet full of stuff. I like shopping at the outlet stores for work clothes. I get 8 pairs of quality jeans for less than $50. Yes. Might be kind of hard to do now. I don't think you can get anything in America for less than $50. Hell, I can't even go to the bathroom in America for less than $50. I mean, I didn't even look at how much we spent at Sam's today. I just don't look until I got to pay the bill. I didn't eat it in time, David. It's all your fault. Yes. There you go, Jimmy. You know how it works, right? I'm like, and I told her, I said, well, I'll eat them. Just leave them in there. I don't care. 6, 7 months ain't a big deal to me, but whatever. I had to throw them away today. Galactic's in the house. How are you, Galactic? What's going on in your part of the world? It's freezing cold here. We're experiencing negative 10,000 degrees cold temperatures in America right now. We are indeed. So everybody said hello to Galactic. Galactic say hello to Lucy and Jimmy and Tim. Dennis is lurking in the background waiting for the pretty girls to all show up so he can flirt with them. So, no, I told Lorelai today, I'm like, I'm freezing to death. We're in Sam's Club. It's cold, because they got all the big refrigerator units where everything's spread out. So it's like 2 degrees in there. And she's like, well, yeah, but I want to look around. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the same stuff that was here last week when we were at Sam's. There's nothing new. It's the same stuff, Now, we are going to the strip mall. What is it called? Tanger Outlet. If the girls want to go shopping Sunday, we'll let them go. But I'm hoping they just want to go down to the landing and hang out and not spend any money. But we'll see. Good crackers need good slice of cheddar cheese and other good cheeses. That's right. Galactic is saying it's going in here now too, but never cold enough for snow. Always depressing rain. I understand that. That sucks. Man. Well, it's 63 degrees in my book in America, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, because we use the correct measurements. And that means it's negative 10,000 degrees in my place. The crackers are the like the Toms, the Lances, the ones that are like cheddar cheese and the peanut butter. I really like them, and she takes them for work as snacks. But apparently we bought 2 big boxes of them, and apparently one of them expired. So apparently it went in the trash, but I would have kept them and ate them. I told her, hey, take them to your work and just put them all over the break room table and let the people eat them. But she's like, no, I can't make anybody sick there. So I don't know where we're going to eat Sunday, maybe at Joe's Crab Shack type place. I don't know. So Brandon's in the house. What's up, Costello? I don't know anybody named Costello. If there's a Costello hanging out here, say hello to Brandon. So it's 51 Fahrenheit right now. It's technically 62 here. Strip mall. That's the new name for strip clubs. Well, what would it be if you had a strip club in a strip mall? Would it be a double stripper? I don't know. But I like to go to the outdoor malls when the weather's nice. But so this Sunday when we go, here's what we got to do because of me, I'm a big wussy. Is one, we got to bring 20 million different pieces of clothes. I got to wear socks, which I hate to wear. I never wear socks, but I got to wear socks. I got to wear shoes. I got to wear pants, warm pants. I got to wear 2 or 3 shirts and take an extra coat and gloves just in case Sunday night, which is supposed to be kind of damp and in the 50s and 60s, so I don't freeze to death. I used to tell my ex, I give you 100 and you don't go to Costco's. She took it every time, but we still have a whole house full of shit. I know. I would try that too, but my wife would say, okay, give me the 100. And then she would accidentally go running around with one of her friends to Costco's, So I'm with you, Jimmy. I give my wife cash every week or every month. She takes a bunch of cash and pigeonholes it because when we go to Dallas, we're going to Dallas the weekend after next. For the weekend, we're going to stay at my brother's house, and our good friends are going with us. She's going to go buy her favorite purse, I guess. She's finally saved up enough money that she's going to go get a new purse. So we got to drive all the way to Dallas to do that. Get in line with your nice new bills for tripping. Yes. $1 bills. Are we just giving Cohen, I pay you $1,000 to stop it, Grandpa. Wait, what Grandpa are you talking about? I don't know. Nobody's come in named Grandpa yet. If somebody is using the moniker Grandpa, welcome in. Thank you for being here, Grandpa. We appreciate you. Come on in. So apparently Cohen is trying to say hello to you, or he wants to give you $1,000. Now, look, you guys can give each other money behind the scenes. I'm not going to take your money and transfer it to somebody else. I'm not doing that. That transfer service is not something I'm doing. I will say this, Asian wives are frugal when it comes to spending money on themselves. I think they're frugal when it comes to, I don't know about that one. I don't know. Boy. I don't know if I could agree with that. Ozzy's in the house. It's my eyeball. Hang on, my eyeball. I got eyeball medicine on my desk somewhere, but if I can't see to find the eyeball medicine, how the hell do I get the eyeball medicine? Well, that doesn't do me any good. Can't see the eyeball medicine. I got some medicine. Ozzy's in the house, don't have children, so I am no grandpa. All right, so we know it's not Tim's, not the grandpa. Roger David, Lorelai. Oh, she's always watching. She's spying on us. She's making notes. I know. Now, let me say it this way. I think they think they're really good. There it is. I found my eye drop medicine. I think Asian women think they're really good at managing money. And here's what I mean by that. I think, hang on. I think Asian women have the ability to do very, very well on very little. But when they don't need to do very, very well on very, very little, they're happy to spend that money. Kenesha's in the house. Kenesha all the way from the great state of New York. Hello, how are you tonight? So that's what I think. I think women are very good at being frugal when they need to be. But if they have disposable income and it's not needed, they're not struggling like in the Philippines, you know what I mean? I think from my personal experience, being around Americanized Filipinas and Koreans and Vietnamese girls since I was about 16, 17, 18 years old, once the money comes, they definitely have their Louis Vuittons and Gucci's and diamonds and all of that. They definitely know how to spend that money. Kenesha says, I am doing good. I just can't put eye drops in my eyes. Why not, Tim, if I can ask? This is actually, it's called, I'll show you what it is. This is eye allergy medicine. It's like Pataday. You probably can't see what it is. You have to take my word for it. It's non-Visine. I need to get some, the eye drops during the winter I use is the Rejuvenate stuff, the moisture. I have dry eyes really bad. I have dry eyes. You hear that, Lorelai? David said, when the water level rises, so do you. Boy, you got that right. Man, you would not be a joking. Trust me. She's sporting a car and all the things every Filipina dreams of. Let me tell you, man. Kenesha saying, how you doing there, Ozzy? Hi, y'all. I can't match. Make for Pat. His lucky day. Yes, Pat needs a match. He needs a match. I have dry eyes. Yeah, I have real bad dry eyes. Real bad dry eyes. And I don't know why. Maybe because I'm old. Can we equate everything to just being old? I have dry eyes. So I use Visine, but I like I don't remember what it's called, but there's some kind of moisturizer that I like better. But this is eye allergy. The winds have been so strong the last few days, all the leaves and vegetation's growing around. So I think they call this Pataday or something like that. I hope that's what it is. I hope it's not like acid. I don't know what it is. It's something. But it's supposed to help with the eye allergies. I prefer bedroom eyes. There you go. Smoke them bedroom eyes if you got them. Smoky bedroom eyes. Who likes the smoky eye? But yeah, no. So we're going to go next weekend to Dallas, Texas. Lorelai's going to spend more money than I make in a year on a purse. And no, she's not that bad. But we are bringing back 20,000 pounds of Jollibee. We're going to start a new business. Everything wrong with me is because I'm being older. Man, I understand that. Ozzy is doing great. Yeah, here's what I'm thinking about for our, we got friends. I don't know how you want to say this. Friends of convenience. We have people that I think aren't true friends, but they've heard Lorelai's going to Dallas. And Dallas is the closest place that there's a Jollibee. And so they've all asking her to bring Jollibee back for them, which I'm okay doing as long as we make a profit, you know. Okay. All right, Dennis. That's great. So we're going to go to Jollibee. Some of the people want chicken. So if we had a heated cooler, I would buy a bunch of fried chicken, go to the Walmart parking lot and tell the Filipinos put a sign up, say, come get your Jollibee chicken, and charge them like, 4 or 5 times the price or something like that. Might be a good side hustle that I need to start doing. Making a run to Chickenville. All right, Dennis, appreciate that. Friends of convenience, only friends when you have money or they got something that you want. You know, it's one of the things I hate about the Filipino community is how much shit they all talk about each other. That's one thing that has always bothered me about the girls. Everywhere we've ever been, they all talk shit about each other. But then if there's food to be eaten or karaoke to be sung, it's like they're all best friends. And I know that's probably normal, but from an American guy standpoint, you know, I look at that and go, yeah, you people suck. You know. Friends of convenience. I told my brother years ago, when he would get sober, he would always complain that he didn't have any friends when he was sober. He only had friends when he was drinking. And I said, well, that's because they're friends of convenience. You're conveniently to go drinking with them. You guys all buy each other rounds of shots and drinks. So, of course, you got friends when you're drinking. When you're shopping at Jollibee, you got a lot of friends at Jollibee, you know. But that's all right, right? It is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Let me get in here a little bit. The other thing I don't know, and maybe I just want to pick on people today. But the other thing that blows my mind is how many people, have you noticed this? Have you guys noticed? How many people use filters on the internet? They take a picture of themselves, a selfie or something, right? And they post it on the internet and they've lost like 60 pounds and they're no longer ugly or old, you know, because of all these filters that you can do on the internet now. I'm like, that's not who that person looks like. Compartmentalize, David. You have to get with the program. Yes, I know the chismes and all that crap is part of the culture. But it's frustrating because, you know, I'm one of these people. My brother and I've talked to many people about this, but if I don't know you in life, then I'm not going to know you in death. Meaning, if I haven't heard from you in 10 years and you kill over dead, I'm not coming to your damn funeral because I didn't know you. So I'm the same way. If you want to talk trash about me, well, then why would I go hang out with you? If you want to make fun of me, why am I going to go have a beer with you? You know what I mean? I'm just not that way. I tell friends here that I want anything from my vacation. Just give me the money, honey. Money, you can never go wrong with gifting money. You just can't. But I understand that, Jimmy. I just kind of find it frustrating sometimes that, you know, because we, you know, have to sit here, or I go to these parties and I hear these little, you know, it's just like... Yes, David, filters, we can look like meat. I'm in Tom. I know, isn't that crazy? I mean, I see some of these Filipinas, right, on the Facebook, and then they'll come to a party, And I got to go, what the hell happened to them? Were they in a car accident? Or shh, they use filters. And I'm like, do their husbands know how ugly they are? That's horrible to me. That's horrible to me. I apologize to all of the people who are highly offended by my actions. If you were offended by my actions, I apologize that you were offended by my actions. How dare you be offended? You know, that's the new apology. I feel bad that you felt bad because of my action. I feel bad for you. Get over it. You know, suck it up, Buttercup. Tim says, no, they want me to spend money on them, and it's my vacation. Yeah, vacation to get away from them. Yeah. Well, I understand. A little quiet time's good. There's one thing, a lot of girls don't understand about us old guys. Sometimes we don't mind a little peace and quiet. We don't mind things being kind of on the low down, right? We're kind of okay with that. I know I am. I tell people all the time I'm a professional extrovert who's truly an introvert. So, but yeah, I don't want to spend money. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm becoming a cheapskate. But what are we going to do about it? But we're going to spend money in Dallas, Texas. Well, Lorelei is. Lorelai's been saving all of her cash. So she's got a big ticket item, and our friends that are going with us. So when we go to Dallas, we're going to go shopping at the mall. And we're going to try to do some live streaming in the mall. We're going to eat, go look at watches. I don't know. On Sunday, we're going to drive back and hit Plano, Texas, swing by and buy 4 million pounds of chicken, and bring it back to Arkansas. Hey, kid, get off my lawn. That's right. Get off my lawn, man. How dare you let your doggy shit on my lawn? Yeah, I know. I guess I am old and crabby. Lorelai called me crabby today. She did. She's like, man, you're just crabby. It's at Sam's because I wanted to go home because there was 2 degrees in there. And she wanted to go look at stuff that we looked at last week. She's like, oh, well, aren't you crabby? And I'm like, no, I'm gold. I want to go home. You know what I found? How to get kids off of your yard, out of the yard, is to go sit next to them. Go be right by them. Say, hi, how are you? What are you guys doing? Just get right there with them. Hang out with them. They'll run away. They'll run away. They're like, I don't want to be seen with that old guy. No, no, no. I gotta run away. Run away, girl. Run away, little Susie. Man, it's tiring. Life is tough when you get old. It is. I got to pay a bill. Thinking of getting old, I got another medical bill come in from my heart surgery the other day. I was dreading it. So from Pinnacle Radiology, from having the surgery, right? I got an email from them going, oh, your bill for Pinnacle Radiology is now ready for you to pay. And I'm like, oh, God. How freaking horrible is this going to be? Because it's usually hundreds of dollars. So I'm like, fine. I waited 2 days. I finally opened up the email, and it was like $4.91. I'm like, all right, that's better. That means I would have to actually do something. I know. We'd have to get off of our keister and go out there and care. Oh, yeah, whatever. We don't have a lot of kids in this neighborhood, to be honest. So we don't really have any problems like that. We have a lot of dog shitters. We have that. In our neighborhood, people get mad about the dog shitters. So, look. I feel like this. I could either get mad about it or I could just not give a shit, right? Because what am I going to do? How am I going to prevent every dog in the world from shitting in my yard? Right? What about the raccoons when they come? Or the squirrels or the birds? So I don't get wrapped up into that, but we got a lot of neighbors here, man. They get, oh, mad, mad about the dog shitters. Like, whatever. Just relax. It'll be all right. Don't stress. Why are you stressing over stuff you can't control? And I can't control that. I really can't. I have nothing I can do about that. I mean, I can stand out there and yell at and watch everybody with an eagle eye as they walk across my yard, but I don't know. 491, you want a box photo of an EKG? I know, right? That's what I thought. I don't know what, like, wow, $4.91. All right, so I went ahead and paid it. So you got to remember, I paid $350 for the Temu pacemaker, the Temu brand pacemaker. So maybe that's why and I don't look, and to be honest, I may have got ripped off because I don't remember anything that they took an x-ray of. Yeah, I don't remember anything. I may have just got ripped off. Or the insurance company did. I got ripped off by $5. I wonder how much they charged the insurance. I might have to go back and look at that bill and see what happened, because what did they charge me for? What did they do? They didn't take any x-rays or anything. I already paid the bill for the echocardiogram, that I had 3 weeks before that. I had to pay that $230 out of pocket up front. So I need to go back and figure out what they charged the insurance company for and why I had to pay $1.91 or $4.91 for that. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm supposed to go back and have a checkup in about 3-4 weeks, but I think I'll wait a couple of months. I'll pretend I forgot. I'll just pretend. And they'll call me and go, oh, well, you haven't made, somebody at the hospital, at the heart people, will go, hey, we've recognized that you never made your appointment for your follow-up. I'm like, yeah, well, all right, well, put me on the schedule. And maybe by then it'll be spring weather and I won't freeze to death. But we are getting the mobility scooter is in the garage, getting all charged up for this Sunday, and next week I'll charge it up because the landing's a lot of walking. So I'm gonna have to ride my fat butt on my mobility scooter. So got that going. A lot of things going on. I got to cook Lily a turkey tomorrow. I got to cook turkey for my dog. Tomorrow or Sunday. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. So Sam's, I told Lorelai, I said, it's not a good deal. We found turkeys at Sam's for 98 cents a pound today. She's like, should we go ahead and buy some of those? And I'm like, no, the one I bought at Walmart the other day was 84 cents. So why don't we wait until the day after Thanksgiving and go hit Walmart and see if we can't get turkeys for like 39 cents a pound. And I'll buy, 7 or 8, 10 turkeys to put in the freezer so I have plenty of food to feed our dog, Lily. Today she had a leftover rib. Yeah. Lorelai made some mung bean and pork rib bone soupy stuff. And I gave her, don't tell Lorelai, but I fed Lorelai's rib to Lily today. So Lorelai got really mad at me one year because she made these really nice steaks, right? And I don't eat steak, but she made this steak and she thought it was really good, but she didn't eat it. This is early on in our marriage. And one, she left it out on the kitchen counter for a long time, which I thought was bad. And then she I put it in the refrigerator. She never got around to eating it for a couple of days, so I chopped it up and gave it to Daisy and Lily. Boy, she got mad at me. What do you mean? Why are you giving my steak away to the dogs? And I'm like, well, you didn't eat it. Well, it's only 2 or 3 days old. I'm like, come on, you either, eat it or not. I said, plus you left it on the kitchen counter for like 3 hours. Because that's one thing about the Philippines I can't do is eat, and I won't do it here. I don't do it anywhere. I don't like to eat food at parties that have been left out for hours. I don't do it. I have a weird phobia about being poisoned by somebody's food that's been left out on the counter for hours. Yes, I agree. Pork. I like the pork ribs better, to be honest. I'm more of a pork rib. I like the Korean style pork ribs. I really do, and I make good ribs. But you know, but I really like mung beans, and so we make a mung bean and coconut milk and pork rib soup. We didn't put any coconut milk in it this time, but it was still good. But I thought Lily would enjoy the ribs. I gave it to her, and Lorelai's not going to eat it. So, but yeah, she got mad at me giving away her nice steak, and I'm like, well, eat it faster. Because I don't like leaving food in the refrigerator either for day after day, day after day, day after. I don't do it. I throw it out. Food can't stay in a refrigerator forever, and it can only stay in a freezer for X amount of time. So and I told her this last time, she made biscotti for us. She makes the half American, half Filipino biscotti, which is really good. But she made a pan enough to feed 200 people. And I told her, I said, Lorelai, you got to stop this. I said, we can't eat all of this food. It's going to go to waste. I said, I got to bag it up in 1 gallon bags and flatten it and freeze it in hopes that I get around to it over the next 3 months, or we got to just throw it out. And so I really got to get her trained not to make as much so that we can eat it on a day, then maybe freeze a little bit and come back in a week or two and eat it. So we're working on that, and you know, but she makes really good biscotti. I just don't want to eat biscotti, frozen 90-year-old biscotti, and I'm just not that way. So I'm really bad about throwing out leftovers. I toss them. I toss them out the door. I give them maybe that's why our dogs are so fat, because instead of giving them doggy food, I feed them leftovers. Here you go. You want a nice cheeseburger and steak? Lucy's back in the house. Everybody say hello to Lucy. So, my dogs deserve good food. I mean, if you're not going to eat it, right? I mean, why let it go to waste? The girls will eat it, I offered to send the expired crackers to Lorelai to work, and she could give to her coworkers. And I'm not going to give them to my dogs. Might make my dog sick, but no, the coworkers, who cares, right? I know, it's horrible. It's horrible. But what are you gonna do, Lucy? What are you gonna do, man? But yeah, I got a nice cookbook for some soups I'm gonna be making. I got the ingredients. Maybe your wife was a military cook and a pet. Maybe. Because I'm talking about making a big, and I'm just like, what are we going to do with all of this? And here's the funny thing was, I usually put the food away. Because you know how this works with the Filipinos, right? So they make the food. It will sit out on the stove for 2 or 3 days. They don't have a problem with it. Me, an hour after we eat, I'm putting it away. And so I guess you didn't see that I had to pack all of this biscotti and meat sauce into these 1 gallon freezer bags, right? And I put them all in the freezer. And I think the next day she asked me, and I left some out for us to eat the next day. And Lorelai's like, oh, well, because she gets mad if I don't eat her leftovers, which is funny. So she's like, well, I make extra so you'll have it the next day. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't really like to eat like that. But I said, yes, I ate all of the biscotti. It's all gone. And she's like, it's all gone. How did you eat all of it? I'm like, I ate what I put in the refrigerator. All the 40 other pounds that I froze is still in the freezer. So, Hello there, H. Kale. What if my friend says my perfume is strong? Well, then I recommend you ask for a second and third opinion about your perfume. If somebody says, hey, your perfume is strong, there's usually one, the person's usually oversensitive, or two, it really is. And the way to confirm this is to ask 2 additional people, hey, is my perfume strong? Joe's in the house. Hello, Joe. How are you? Joe says hello to everybody. Everybody said hello to Joe. Hello, J3. What's up, y'all? Evening around here. What's up, y'all? Great evening. Yes, it's a good evening. So, yeah. If you're in a work environment, we had teachers who were crybabies at the college I taught at. That, oh my God, educated people are some of the biggest babies in the whole damn world. Some of them couldn't stand to be around perfumes. Some couldn't stand to be around this. And oh my God, the lights are too bright. Or no, I always got to have my Coca-Cola. I got to break every rule just for me. Lorelai had a coworker that didn't like the smell of fish. So she could never take fish of any kind to work. Well, I don't know. That's why you ask two additional people about your perfume. If somebody says, hey, your perfume is strong, now, and saying that your perfume is strong is different from saying your perfume stinks. So if it's stinky perfume, you ask two more other people, hey, do you like the smell of my perfume? And you can also say, hey, so what do you guys think? Do you think it's too strong? And if you get any hesitation, then it is. If somebody kind of goes, well, yeah, it's too strong. If somebody goes, no, it's fine. But if somebody goes, well, yeah, or even if they don't got to smell you, if they can just stand back and say, yeah, well, yeah, it's too strong. Tim, good morning. If your perfume or cologne gets there 10 minutes before you, then you know it's too strong. We had a guy that wore Ralph Lauren Polo cologne, and I like it. But, man, he wore it by the gallons. You walking up and down the college hallways, man, the worst thing is the patchouli oil. I can't stand patchouli oil. Thank you for making me confident again. I'm happy to do it. It's my job. Thank you for the thumbs up. So that's what we do on this channel. We give you honest answers. There may not be answers you want, but they will be answers that you get. So, the way it is. It's okay to ask people, hey, do I stink? If I stink, sometimes you don't know, right? If you got to ask people if I'm dumb, then there's, I don't know. But you're all right. Here comes the rain again. Joe says try 30 minutes, not 10 minutes before you get there. I hate patchouli oil. Does anybody know what patchouli oil is? That's the only perfume / cologne that I find repulsive. Now, I find a lot of it overpowering and unnecessary, but I find patchouli oil disgusting. Disgusting. And I know back in the day, they used it to cover up what they thought there's going to cover up body odor and marijuana. I would talk to old hippies, and old hippies said, no, we use it because it kills the smell of, it neutralizes body odor and marijuana. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's doing either. It's just compounding those two. So, patchouli oil. I can smell it a mile away. I'm telling you, I don't like it. But, I don't know. Some of us just naturally smell good. So, and then others of us naturally stink. And a lot of it may be due to your diet. I think diet plays, and I'm not an expert, but I think what you eat plays a big role in how you smell. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anybody agree or disagree? You think, I know girls say what men eat changes the taste of things. I know that. But I don't know. I know if somebody drinks a lot of beer, the next day you can smell the beer coming out of their pores or their skin like sweating. I know that because I've seen that, been that, and smelt that. So I know that happens. So I don't know. Brussels sprouts. Joe says, I agree with you, Dave. Woohoo! Diet can influence your body odor, Tim says. I would think it could. I mean, it's logical, right? Right, Tim? I mean, it sounds logical to me anyway. So, I mean, I know girls talk about pineapple. They would want their men to eat pineapple, you know. So, because pineapple makes things not taste bad. So, I don't know. I'm sure if you're a smoker, it affects that because of the nicotine. I'm sure of that. I don't know if it infects internally. I don't know. Bill Double G. What if I get an expensive perfume and people don't like it because it's too strong? Well, then turn it down. Use less of it. If you have a really expensive perfume, which one, you shouldn't waste money on that because that's just wasteful. Two, and if it's too strong, then use less and it will make the really expensive perfume last a lot longer. So just do it that way. But you don't always got to wear perfume. And look, one thing I will say, because I know this well enough, that if you're using perfume to mask body odor, it's not going to work. You only want to use cologne and perfume after you've showered and you smell good, because then people can enjoy the smells, the flavors, the scent of the perfume, not perfume on top of dirty armpits. Joe is dropping our link to his new short from Manila. Nothing covers smoke smell. Yeah, I know that much, Tim. I just wonder if, because look, I've cleaned up meth labs and I've cleaned up old environmental houses that had nicotine like you couldn't believe in it. I just wonder if nicotine comes through the skin. I know it goes on top of the skin. I wonder if it comes through the skin, is what I don't know. I know you can absorb it into the skin. I guess I'll have to Google that and study that. Because from an environmental standpoint, I know you can absorb nicotine without any question. You can ingest it and absorb it. But I wonder if you can secrete it. I don't know if you can secrete it. But yeah, nicotine can be rough. Cigar smell can be rough. All of those can be rough. So, less is more. Less is more. Remember that, no matter what it is. Yes, you can, Dave. Yes. So, less is more. Less of everything is more, right? Less prostitutes is better for you. Less drinking is better for you. Less cigarettes are better for you. If I use it after I shower, I'm worried that people won't be able to smell it. Why do you want them to smell your cologne or your perfume? And I ask that honestly. Why do you want people to think you smell that way? So I would never, and this is my honest advice to young people, and I mentored a lot of people. You don't need to smell strong. People don't need to smell you. Everybody doesn't need to smell you, right? As long as you've taken a shower and you bathe, you're not going to give off horrible odor. So why do you want to smell like something that you're not? So go light on colognes and perfumes. That's truly my recommendation, because otherwise you're just smelling like something. You're not being who you are. Really, Tim? I've heard that aerosol Windex was used for radiation cleanup. Wow. That's crazy. But Lucy, thank you for the double hearts. I appreciate that, but I hope you probably agree with me, right? You don't need, if you're clean, if your clothes are clean, you change clothes, and now look, I got to admit, I'm an old guy. I stay in the house a lot. I might wear the same shirt a whole lot in the same house. But if I'm going to go out in public, I do take a bath once a year. I get new clothes, clean clothes. So if you're clean, you don't need a mask with heavy perfumes and odors. You don't. I don't know why you would do that. I don't think people find it attractive. If you think it's because women, if you're a guy, if you think wearing heavy colognes makes you sexy, it doesn't. If you're a chick and you're wearing heavy perfumes and you think it makes you sexy, it isn't. And I'll tell you why. Because if we can smell you from over there, then we think there's something wrong with you. I shouldn't be able to smell you that easily. I should have to go, the right amount to smell is if you get into close contact like this and you got to go, ooh, I like that. Oh, that's nice. That's how you on. I don't want to smell you from back here. If I'm smelling you from back here, you got a problem. Whether it's bad odor, perfume, or not. Honestly, I wanted praise, but your sentence made me realize that I've gone way too far. Mike's in the house. How are you, man? Mike, I was going to message you the other day or today, but I couldn't find you. So Mike and Venus in the house. Howdy, folks. Good to see you. Everybody's hello to Mike and Venus. So, yeah, less is more. It shows maturity, restraint, and confidence in yourself. Overdressing, over-perfuming, over-stimulating lacks confidence. Just my advice. Be confident in who you are and people will like you for who you are. And if they don't like you for who you are, then the hell with them. They would put the towels inside their Boroslack cat glass for a long time. Really? I didn't know that, Tim. I've never heard that, Tim. Wow. I mean, we did a lot of chemical. Now, we didn't get rid of any radiation or waste, but I mean, one of the jobs I did was chemical waste management. I mean, it's one thing I did in my laboratories. Not only was I hazmat trainer, right, HAZWOPER and hazmat trainer, but I actually supervised and managed our chemical disposal every year. So that one I never heard of though. Bill says, thank you, sir. Oh, anytime. Happy to do it. Mike's in the house. Mike, how are you? How are you and Venus going? Hope you guys are doing well. We haven't seen you a whole lot online lately. We figured you guys been hanging low, going low, down low, down low, sweet chariots. So, but yeah, doing well here. Nice. That's good. We're doing pretty well here. We got a lot going on. We're doing Christmas stuff, shopping stuff, turkey cooking stuff, TV watching stuff. I don't know, Mike. We're just doing the stuff. I've been seeing a little bit of the drama with Fred and the wannabe superstar YouTube girl, hating on Ian's baby or Ian's son's wife's. Somebody passed away in Ian's family. Let me just say that because I'd probably get it wrong. So I've seen some of that drama. I told Fred, don't give her the time of the day. Don't give the skank a time of the day. All she's looking for is attention. If she wants to criticize, that's all she's looking for, just get attention. Because she can't get positive attention on her own. So you got to create negative attention to get attention. And that's the way it is. A lot of people see negative attention as better than no attention at all. And that's the honest psychology. She is a horrible person, and I think everybody knows that. I just don't want her to stress Fred out. I know he's taking it with a grain of salt, but I know, she caused a little bit of, at a time of Ian's struggle, to say not nice things or to say that it's karma. It's not karma when somebody passes away. You know what I mean? It's karma when I eat a lot of candy and I get a cavity. That's karma. Pat, I live less than 15 miles from the West Valley Nuclear Reprocessing. Really, Tim? I only scratched the surface when it came to nuclear waste. I mean, barely. I mean, just barely. I can't remember the acronym about the nuclear. All I taught about was when it came to nuclear waste was who to call. Was in an emergency, here's the people that you call, and here's what you do. That was it, you know. So I never got deep into that because I knew it was not going to be my forte, just like being a safety guy on cranes was not going to be my forte. So I never really got into that, but that is as much as I taught safety professionals. Is the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, I think. There's something else in there. And here's a phone number, here's why you call them, you know, and then you step away and let business handle itself. But that's cool. I watched the thing, Tim, you might find this interesting. I think it's on Hulu, or no, HBO, Hulu, about Chernobyl. Really good series, really good movie, television series, documentary style, but not documentary full, on Chernobyl. Really good from a historical standpoint and scientific. West Valley cleanup by Westinghouse. Wow. Where's my wife? Kenesha, my wife is at work, slaving away, making that money so I can buy more toys, is where she's at. Yeah, I've been to no nuclear facilities, but I've actually been to some Superfund sites and some environmental issues we've had around here, like when Whirlpool closed up their facility. I actually did a walkthrough of the hazards of that facility out in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Several others. No nuclear though. No radiation, no nuclear. No medical facilities. I refuse to do medical facilities. Yep, she's at work, so I can buy more toys. Now, I did have Walmart who they wanted to pay me a good salary to come in and manage all of the chemicals for their vision laboratories, and I turned the job down. I would have to work way too much. It would have paid me more than I made as a teacher, but I wouldn't have nowhere near the freedom. But I would have been over all of the corporate, the countrywide. I would have been the guy over all those. So wasn't that interesting of a job. And I didn't want to have to travel all over the country, you know, and all of that other crap. And it didn't pay that much. It wasn't worth, you know, giving up a teaching job that I could come and go and do whatever I want, plus private consulting work. So I gave that up. But yeah, I'm familiar with Superfund sites and, you know, the coal site. You know, one of the funnest places is, I can't remember the name of the town. I probably come to me in a minute. But, you know, the Pennsylvania town that's on fire, that's burning from down below, right? From the coal fire that started. Gosh, can't think of the name of it now. But there's a lot of really good documentaries on it. So that one's a really cool one. It may burn out, may take another 500 years before that place to burn out, that coal fire. When I was really interested in becoming certified in coal safety, but I just started. Then I got interested in maritime. I liked the maritime better, and so, but I didn't get very far until when my heart gave out. So mine was basically industrial and commercial and construction. So I was a safety expert when it comes to industrial manufacturing, you know, and then of course, large scale commercial and small scale commercial. It was kind of my wheelhouse, is what I was a consultant on. Yeah, the updating on material safety data sheets, they're no longer called that. They're called safety data sheets. They did update them. They've changed them quite a bit. I actually taught that class, went around and taught the updated version of safety data sheets. how they've uniformed them, how they're supposed to be done. It's like it's only supposed to be about a 6-page document now, max, or 6 different categories. Sorry, 9 different categories, 6 mandatory. But it's been so long, but they're called safety data sheets now, not material safety data sheets. So that was the big change, and we implemented that before I retired, before I had to retire. So, Kanisha, you being a bad girl again? I think Kanisha has one of these like automatic responses that she hits accidentally that pops up a bad word. My computer hides it, but I think something in Kanisha's system when she, pops up a bad word. But we don't hold it against her because we know that she doesn't mean bad things. So yeah, but I would go around to plants and facilities all over the place and get them up to speed on their safety. And I would never do it. I'm one of these non-doers. I'm a teacher. So I'd have a lot of companies that would want to call me and say, hey, can you come in and set ours up? I was like, no, I cannot. But what I will do is come up and train your employee who's dedicated to do it at your facility on how to do it correctly. And I will help them get it up and running. But I am not going to be your safety guy. I'm your consultant. I will come in and work with your safety guy. So, because I didn't want to be attached. I already had one full-time job. I didn't need another. So. Kanisha took away her messages. It's okay, Kanisha. I think you just have a weird, I don't know what you have. You have something pre-programmed in your chat that sometimes it shows what a foul language, such foul language from somebody from New York. Ganesha, it looks like you got candy canes today. Are you ready for Christmas? Is that what the deal is? We are going to be decorating for Christmas. I think I talked to my brother. We're going there next weekend in Dallas. They've already got their house already decorated. Lorelai is going to do ours Thanksgiving weekend. So I've been really lucky, MJ and everybody else from the Philippines in the background here, to convince Lorelai, and I'm really lucky, that we shouldn't decorate for Christmas until Thanksgiving weekend. One, Lorelai likes decorating her Thanksgiving table very Thanksgiving-y. So you can't do Thanksgiving and Christmas at the same time, right? So I said, no, you got to wait. You got to do your Thanksgiving table, make it all pretty the way you want it. And then once we get done eating, you can put all of that away, and then you can start decorating the day after Thanksgiving. So that's our rule here. We don't decorate until after Thanksgiving. But if Lorelai had her way, it would have been October the 1st. And then, I was talking to my brother the other day, his wife's from Canada, right? We're going to their house in a couple weeks. And I'm talking to him, and I don't know, it's something about Christmas. He's like, oh yeah, we've already got all of our Christmas already done. So we've had it done for about 2 weeks. And I'm like, I said, and your wife's from not even Filipina. I don't understand that, but Lorelai's excited. She's kind of disappointed that she's not getting ready to, she's not putting out 20,000 light bulbs outside the house, but I'm leaving that up to her. But she's excited about decorating for Christmas. She's not getting anything for Christmas this year. So she's buying her Christmas in Dallas. So she's getting it prematurely. And I don't need anything for Christmas. And all I'm asking everybody else to do for Christmas for us is to help somebody who needs food. So there's a lot of people out in the Philippines still struggling. There's going to be a whole lot of people suffer health conditions in the Philippines. So especially in Cebu area, if you know people there, be aware that over the next few months, there are going to be a lot of people getting sick and dying. So I want you to be aware that there's going to be a good chance there's going to be a lot of respiratory ailments going on in that flooded region. And I'm sure it's already started. Just the way it is. So you guys all be careful about that. Let me see. Uh-oh. What else is going on? I got a thing on Facebook from Ronald. Biggest lesson learned this year is probably not to give so much of yourself to people who will not do the same for you. You got that right. Let's see. What else? Oh my God, I just found out that Ed Orgeron guy wants to work for Arkansas. We don't want that. Yeah, we've talked to our friends in the Philippines and we've stepped up our donation effort to help them rebuild and kind of get back on their feet. And we have a lot of people offering to send us money for the Philippines, and I've told them, you don't need to send us money. If you know families, send to them directly. Spread it out. Small amounts go long ways, spread out in the Philippines. But understand, there's going to be a lot of people sick in that flooded area. Pat is in the house. Everybody say good evening to Pat. Pat, how are you, my friends? What's going on? Good evening, everybody. Pat says, give a thumbs up for Pat. Pat, I think I'll send you a message later today or tomorrow. Doing good. I had sushi today for dinner, by the way, if anybody cares. Doing good. Yeah, we're doing all right. We are. I'm glad you're doing well. Are you feeling better today? So, yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Everybody's been in and out of the house today. We had to go to Sam's Club and all that. But we're all right. We're going to Christmas light looking Sunday. We're going to spend the evening hanging out there. No flu, all gone. Nice. Oh my God, that girl's alive? No flu, all gone. Good. Yeah, things are going pretty good. We're feeling pretty good here. We haven't really been sick yet, but the cold weather and the cold, rainy weather really hasn't sat in yet, but it will. So, I usually don't get too sick during the winter, luckily. But then again, I try not to go out and get sick. But I try not to do that. And if I do, luckily for me, my doctors have given me a lot of drugs to keep on storage. They send me prescriptions for antibiotics, and I just kind of keep them. Pat saying hello to Kenesha. Kenesha was here. Dennis is here. All the regulars are here, Pat. So, how are things in the Philippines, Pat, from your side of the world? From the people that you know, everybody doing okay in the Philippines? How's your brother's girlfriend? Doing good? Yeah, we talked to a bunch of people there. They're struggling, but they're resilient. They're making it. They're going to be doing it. She's doing good. Nice. Nice. I gotta, excuse me, sneeze. Made myself sneeze. They're planning for their marriage. Are they going to get married in the Philippines, or are they going to do the K-1 visa process? My vote is you do the K-1 visa process and you bring them to America and get married. It's a shorter window, but each their own. But congratulations to them. Hopefully, I know you're looking forward to trying to get to go back in the spring or next year sometime. They are getting married in the United States. That's a smart thing to do. Gonna get married. I'm gonna go to the chapel and I'm gonna get married. That was an old 50s song, if you remember that. So, but good for him. I'm sure he's excited. I'm sure she's excited. I think, as I told you, the best thing to do is the K-1 visa. Start it the sooner the better, because it takes a long time to make it happen these days. It takes a really long time anymore. It looks like everybody may be getting $2,000 after the first of the year. What do you guys think about the tariff refund stimulus money? I don't think they're calling it stimulus. I think they're just calling it a refund. Is anybody excited about getting a check for $2,000 after the beginning of the year? Will anybody qualify for it? So I think right now they're talking that as long as you make less than 100 grand a year, you're eligible. So we'll have to see if the government approves it. I know Trump wants to push the $2,000 thing, but you still got to get Congress to approve it and everybody else to quit fighting long enough to get the money. I am convinced that if you hate the American government, you shouldn't get the money. If you have voted against everything America, then you shouldn't get the money. If you hate what we stand for, then you shouldn't get the money. If you're illegal, you shouldn't get the money. If you owe the government money and taxes, you shouldn't get the money. You know how many people that work for the IRS that owes the American government money? I don't understand that. It's crazy how much money is owed to the government by IRS employees. That's just crazy. So, I don't know, Pat. We'll just kind of wait and see what happens when it comes in. But I think it'd be nice. Everybody will be, I'm sure, happy to have an extra $2,000 in their pocket. I hope we don't get taxed on it. So Lorelai's going to work overtime tomorrow. So I can't remember, did they ever do away with tax on overtime? Because she works overtime tomorrow. So maybe that'd give her a bonus right before we go to Dallas. So, but other than that, nothing too exciting going on in our world. Besides going to Branson, looking at Christmas lights. We're going to make some videos about all that good stuff. And we'll probably watch the Arkansas football game. Nah, I won't watch it. I'm tired of him. But is anybody going to watch the Miss USA pageant? Well, Tim, I wonder that. I don't know what they're saying is going to be the criteria. I don't know if everybody will get it that makes less than 100 grand a year, or just the people that live within the United States. I don't know how they'll do that. I don't think they will, because it's going to be electronically deposited. So I think if I get it, Tim, you would get it too. I think, but then again, they may not. They may, and I don't know this, they may not give it to people on disability. They may not give it to people on Social Security, not Social Security disability. What am I thinking of? What's the other one? Medicare, Medicaid side. Yes, you got Social Security, you got Social Security disability, and you got Social Security SSDI. So those people may not get it, because $2,000 would be more than a lot of them make in a month's check anyway. So they're the ones that, have the lower income bracket, and they don't have enough work credits. So those people may not get it. I don't know what the measure tool is. I don't know how they would do that, but I would think. Oh, there's my dog. I miss my dog Lily. Sorry, my dog Daisy so much. But I don't know how they're going to do that, Tim. You got the stimulus. That's good. The real question is, if you don't have enough, and I know you do, but the question might be this: if you're on SSDI, meaning you're kind of indigent, that you don't have enough work credits to qualify for Social Security disability or Social Security itself, should you get a rebate like this? I don't know if I have an opinion about that. It's just a question I propose. I wonder if you should get that, since the government's paying 100% of your medical, your living expenses, you get reduced housing, you get all these already government benefits. I don't know how that would work. It's almost like taking a scholarship college football player and giving them all the money, and giving them, a whole bunch of money to play sports, because they're already getting everything taken care of, and then you're going to dump $2,000 in their lap. I don't know how that's going to work. But I'm sure over the next few months, they're going to work out the details and let us know what they're going to do. I don't know, maybe any of us that are on disability won't get it. You never know. Of any kind, we don't know. So, rehoming, no scams. Somebody is two ready to go home. No, I don't want a boy. I need a female wiener dog. I don't want a boy. I saw today in the news, big news in America, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon has decided to retire in January. So I think he's in his 50s. He's probably worth $100 million or better, and he'll probably has $200 million worth of stock. Talking about those golden parachutes. And then a local boy, John Furner, right here from my hometown, is slated to take over. They don't say how much his salary is. I have more than enough credits for Social Security retirement program. Yeah, I know you do, Tim. A lot of people don't. And it's just a thought. I wonder if you don't have enough credits, which is 40 or 10 work years, should you be eligible for something like this? I don't know, and I don't know the answer. And I don't know if people on SSDI got stimulus checks or not. They may have, but the stimulus checks that came out during COVID was a different animal. They were designed for a different reason. This is supposed to be a refund check, not a stimulus check. So, but we're going to learn more about it as time goes along. I just find it interesting. If they're going to give it out, I hope I get it. I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll give Lorelai half of her half. What do you think of that? So if Lorelai gets $2,000 and I get $2,000, she gets $1,000. You think that's fair? Because I put the rest of it in the household budget. Is not greedy. I just put the rest of it in the household budget. So every bit of bonus money she gets half of. She gets all of her bonuses. So if Lorelai gets a bonus check, she gets 100% of that. But like tomorrow, she's going to work a day's worth of overtime. So when that extra money comes in on her check, I take half of it out in cash and let her have that in cash. And then the rest of it goes into her household fund. That way she can see and reap the rewards of her hard labor. I think it's important that people are rewarded for their hard labor. So that way, if she works an extra day and she gets to take home I don't know how much it is, maybe $300 or something, then I think that's good. I've been told Miss Universe is coming up in a couple weeks. I really don't care anything about that. I got a new kitchen gadget. I'm working on a video to put that out here real soon. So I used it today and it worked really good. I got a brand new kitchen gadget. And I mean, I gotta admit, I'm I'm very skeptical. I thought, man, this ain't gonna work. This is a bunch of Chinese hooey movie. This is a bunch of Japanese. But I gotta admit, I did a test run and I went, wow, this is pretty freaking good. So I got a video coming out in a week or two about that, I guess. Next week, I got another video coming out about my heart procedure next Tuesday. I try to release a video on Tuesdays, try to give me something consistent to do. Well, it won't. It'll come close, but it won't. Yeah, I wished him. Well, let me tell you. But I understand. And a lot of people give me shit because Lorelai is going to buy something really nice for herself. But here's what I'm going to say, and here's how I see it. I equate to Lorelai wanting to spend this amount of money on a purse as the first time that I could buy a new car. When I was a young man, I worked hard, bettered my credit, made a lot of money. I mean, I made as much money as I could. I paid my bills. I sacrificed. I didn't go do stupid shit with my money so that I could save up and have good enough credit and enough money to put a big old down payment on. So the first time that I walked into a dealership and could pick out whatever car I wanted and buy it because of my hard work and success, she's at that level. Coming from the Philippines, being in America 10 years now, she makes good money, she works hard. So I think it's her way of validating that hard work. And I'm okay with it. I do. I get it. Because I look at it like, yeah. Or the first time I bought a house. It gives you that thought, even though I wouldn't do it because I don't need a purse. But it gives you that, hey, look at me. My hard work and effort is paying off. I'm doing something right because I can have something nice. I can have something that a lot of people like me only dream about getting, but I've worked hard to get it. So I'm kind of like that, So I'm okay with it. Plus, I kind of have to be. It's not like I can stop her. Your credit score is probably a negative number. Well, maybe. I helped somebody some years ago get a car. She was a co-worker, and she didn't have bad credit. She just didn't really have credit. She had a house so that she lived in forever, but she had no credit score. So she wanted me to help her pick out the car, go look. And she's an older lady. So she needed a new car that she'd been driving, an old Buick for like 25 years. So I helped her find one that she was comfortable with and about the price. And what I thought was fun to do was when we went in, because she had a lot of equity in her house. We went in and they said, oh, well, ma'am, you don't have enough credit to get this car, to get a loan for this car. If you did, we'd have to charge you 20, we can get you a loan, but it's like 25% interest. And I looked at him and I said, you're kidding, right? And then, oh, no, sir, no. And I said, okay, here's what we're going to do now. So Monday, this is over the weekend, I'm going to take her to her bank. Since she has oogles and boogles, hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity in her home, I'm going to go get her, I think it's like a $15,000 car. I'm going to have her take out a $15,000 line of credit, and we're going to come back and pay cash for this car. Now, all of a sudden, they could get her a loan for like 6%. Pat's in the house. Pat's saying hello to Mike. Yeah, Mike and Venus is here. Said they were doing well. I haven't seen them in a while. So I haven't seen a lot of people in a while. I think I offend people, Pat. I think I offend people. But I thought that was really funny. They changed their tune once I went, no, this is what we're going to do. All of a sudden, no, wait, we did find one person. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So I'll just go to the bank. The mortgage company will give her $15,000 like that. She has $200,000 of equity in her house. Dumb people. So credit score doesn't mean everything. I tell people, to be honest, The worst thing you can do is worry about your credit score. I think you got to go on that principle. Look, I need to pay for what I buy. If we can do that, we're better off. I mean, I look at my credit score and I know what mine is, and I keep track of it. But I would like to be better at going. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to save all the cash and go buy what I want. And we do that for the most part. We do use credit cards, but I use them as a way to get money back, and then I pay it off. Money back, pay it off. Money back, pay it off. Every month I pay it off. So we take advantage of that. It's like the freezer we bought a couple weeks ago at Sam's Club for $199. Everywhere else it was in the $200. And then I had enough Sam's cash to pay $100 of it. So instead of going to Facebook Marketplace and buying a used freezer for $100, I got a brand new freezer for $100 because I already had a whole bunch of money accumulated. But your credit score, I guess it's okay to keep up with and to worry about and think about, but I would prefer people to pay cash and go about their way. Stop worrying about it when you move to the Philippines. I don't blame you. Don't need it there. You know, you really don't. And that's one of the good things that most people like us who live in the Philippines, we don't got to worry about borrowing anything. When we looked at, buying a car, I was just going to pay cash for it. And looking at all, I just go buy it. Enough cash in the banks in America, I can just take care of what I need to take care of. So that's one of the good things. And you need so much less in the Philippines, it seems. We had the money to buy the house, or to have the house built. We didn't need to do all of that. Well, what I feel bad for, Tim, is all those people that went and borrowed money on cars that got flooded in Cebu. Can you imagine the disaster that's going to be for people? All the money in those cars that got destroyed that people still owed money on. Been paying cash for 13 years. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way. So I think that's a smart way to go. I really, really do. Let's see, is it 9:40? Yeah. All right, friends. I think we're going to jump off of here. I just wanted to come up and do a little pop-up live stream. We're going to go live Sunday evening about this time. So you guys stay tuned and watch out for that. Hopefully you'll get to join us to check out some Christmas lights in America. So I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow. I may. Tomorrow's Saturday. I may. But I know Sunday for sure in the nighttime we're going to do a live outdoors. We're going to do a live outdoors where you can see all the cool stuff. So we appreciate everybody coming in. Tim, Pat, we appreciate you. Dennis. Oh my gosh, my Lily dog is crying and whining, going, hurry it up. I need something. Natasha was here. Kanisha was here. Mike was here. Joe was here. Oh, a lot of good people in here. Even Jimmy was here. Ozzy was here. Everybody was here tonight. Good conversation. Galactic Gaming. Lucy was here. Appreciate all of you guys. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for being here. Reminder, a thumbs up before you leave. We appreciate you guys. Everybody. Take great care, and we will see you Sunday for sure. Pat, I'll message you in a little bit, all right? I'll message you. I'll send you a message in a little bit, Pat, okay? All right, everybody, take care. Thank you for being here. See you, Tim.